What's up, everybody? This is Leo from Daddy's Game Time. Welcome to episode 8, and as always, I'm accompanied by
Rick
and
Francisco.
If you notice there's something a little different here today, it's because we're at the University of Cal Poly San Luis Obispo, directly from PolyCon. PolyCon is...
Well, it's basically a convention about gaming, but not the gaming that we're used to, but board gaming. Basically, as you can see in the background here, a lot of people come and just get together and play games. Settlers of Catan, or Settlers of Catan, it comes to mind. Because apparently it seems to be the popular game right now, and it's one of those games that you can play with your family because it's very child-friendly.
Magic the Gathering is one of those popular ones.
Yes, that too.
Dungeons and Dragons is another one that comes to mind.
As we found out, is the grandfather of all these games.
The granddaddy of them all.
And so we're here covering it.
Yeah. And this is also a special occasion because Father's Day is coming up.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, Father's Day. Hey, guys, our show is Daddy's Game Time.
Daddy's Game Time.
Oh, what a coincidence.
Who would have thunk?
Yeah, man. Plus, the big Super Bowl of video gaming just happened this past week.
Super Bowl of gaming.
E3. Yeah. And Nintendo's World Championship.
I'm trying to figure out, the gang sign for E3, but
it's like E and then like a number 3. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Anywho,
E3.
Shenmue.
Yeah.
Shenmue.
Yeah. I got a whole list of games.
No.
Let me just give you a quick list, and then we'll just talk Shenmue. The Last Guardian, Final Fantasy VII, Shenmue 3.
Oh,
awesome. Horizon Zero Dawn, dude, that game looks freaking awesome. A cave woman that hunts down robot dinosaurs. I'm down for that.
Okay.
Uncharted 4, I'm down for that. Star Wars Battlefront, that looked freaking awesome also. HoloLens with Minecraft, that looks like it might work, guys. Stay tuned. Xbox backwards compatibility.
Dude.
It sounds cool, but so far they haven't released exactly all the details as to how many games that's gonna be backwards compatible with. So we'll see.
Censored.
And
well, let me just say that I wanted to get into the Xbox business because I've been a PlayStation guy forever. Once Microsoft announced backwards compatibility, I'm like, I'm out, getting an Xbox One. Because my idea was all the backlog of games that I have, my plan was to turn them in, flip them into Xbox 360 versions and get an Xbox One.
But is it going to be worth it though?
Well,
I mean, are you going to get anything of value for each of those games?
That's not the point, Rick. The point was I would have gotten the option to play my old school games in new generation console. But then Shenmue 3 and PlayStation 4.
They erased everything.
Yeah.
Just a few more things. Gears of War was announced as well. Big announcement. It looks like a fun game. Heavy Rain and Beyond Two Souls is coming to PlayStation 4. I know they're just remakes, but that's still kind of cool. Some of my favorite games of this past generation. From Nintendo's side of things, Super Mario Maker impressed everybody.
The best one.
Star Fox looked pretty solid, although not mind-blowing. Yoshi's Woolly World, that looked like a lot of fun, to be honest with you. I know it's kind of more of
it's more like a child.
It reminds me
game,
of that Kirby
Yarn, Epic Yarn.
Yeah, but it still looked really cool, man. All right, all that's
Shenmue
cool,
3.
but Shenmue 3.
Shenmue 3.
Man.
It's like,
I pledge my money. Did you pledge money?
Hold up.
Did
Before you guys go any further, I'm going to get myself out of this.
Rick loves Shenmue, and that's why he wants to close his ears.
Yeah, he doesn't want us to spoil it for him, and since we have all the insider information.
Let's just put it this way, okay? Part 1, I did play. Part 2, I don't believe I played at all. Part 1, all I remember is running around at some dock or warehouse. That's it.
Remember you fight the Mantis guy.
I don't even remember that.
He was Golem before Golem existed.
I do remember.
Exactly, yes.
I do remember story-wise.
That it was the best, the bomb.
No.
Amazing.
Story-wise, you play the game for a couple minutes, or the intro animation. Dad dies. Like a minute later, already having flashbacks of the death, like if it happened years ago. That's like the only. Or is that part 2? That's part 1.
No, that's the first one.
That's all I remember about it. That's all I remember.
Why? Okay, if I remember correctly, Leo, Rick was the RPG guy growing up.
I am the RPG guy.
He's still the RPG guy.
And Shenmue is
RPG.
possibly the best RPG game out there.
I don't know, dude. I just never got into it.
See, the Shenmue, even till this day, is one of those unique games where it doesn't just fit perfectly into one single category. It's one of those games that is extremely hard to pull off, even now. With all the advancements in video games that we have, it just seems like we usually rehash and or the developers rehash and do a lot of the easy stuff that they know is gonna sell. This game pioneered so many different things, such as the QTE, the QuickTime events.
Exactly.
It was
later
the first game I remember was used. Later it was Resident Evil 4, God of War, you name it. There's QTEs in almost every game.
Shenmue made it. Shenmue invented it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna deny it, no, but a lot of elements of the RPG are still the same thing. It's just how they interpret it to their game.
There's learning moves. You know, you go to
I
the
remember
park.
the combos, the fighting, the training. So yeah,
which it has the virtual fighter fighting engine,
system.
so
Yes.
it combines that into the RPG.
Maybe it was due to the fact it was for the Dreamcast. It came out for the Dreamcast.
One of the greatest consoles, in my opinion.
When that came
Way
out,
ahead of its time.
when you guys were playing it, you know, I saw it like, all right, looks good, looks cool, whatever. But I think going on at the same time, we had Code Veronica, which I was playing. We had Power Stone, which is a fun fighting game that we played over and over. Soul Calibur. There was another one that I had in mind. Crazy Taxi.
Oh, dude.
There was just a whole bunch of games. I think maybe it was just because there was like all these games going on that it just like split me in all these directions. Like I wanted to play all of these, and maybe I just didn't want to dedicate too much time to Shenmue at that time.
Remember the marathons?
And then I just lost interest in it.
I remember, you know, since I've been a little kid, I've been a gamer. However, I'm more of the type of gamer that I'll pick up a game and I'll play at maximum for an hour. And then I was just like, okay, I got my kick, and I'll put it down and then go do something else.
Play another game.
My attention span for video games has always been, during that era of my life, was up to an hour, and then I'm good, and I'll go do something else. Perhaps it was because eye fatigue. I remember my eyes, even nowadays, still get very tired after a certain point. Maybe. That's fair to say. But Shenmue, I remember I'd be red-eyed, going on
all night,
going on 8 hours straight, like.
And that's what that guy needs. The game.
Just,
the game needs
that never happened.
Commitment.
Yeah, that never happened before in any video game
and
I've ever
know Rick
played.
doesn't like to commit, so maybe that's one of the reasons.
It just reminds me of like a GTA game where you're just building up your stats.
It's not, no, it's
Man,
so much
as
more
much
than that.
as much as I love GTA, as much as I love Zelda, as much as I love any of like the other games out there, this one holds like a special place.
Do you still have your Dreamcast?
Because
no, I don't even know what the heck happened to it.
Well, I'll let you borrow
probably
mine,
exploded.
and then you play Shenmue, and you'll probably find it more interesting now that you're a grown up.
You're telling me the same thing about all the Zelda games too.
True.
Yeah, you're telling me the same thing about the Zelda. They're good games. I'm not gonna deny that. It just doesn't get my attention.
Okay.
Maybe at some point I'll be like, yeah, let's play this. But
listen. Let me break it down for you.
Break it down.
You're gonna have to deal with both of us nagging you for the next 2 or 3 years while Shenmue 3 is in development.
That's cool.
And we're not gonna hold back, dude. You have to play.
Which, by the way, if you go to our teacher shop, that is GameTime.com/merchandise, you'll find our exclusive design for Shenmue backers. It's really cool. It's basically a forklift, and it says, I helped fund a 14-year-old dream. What have you done lately? It's really cool.
Yeah. And there's more to come pretty soon. An I Love You shirt. You guys don't get it yet, but you will once you see the design of the I Love You shirt.
It's pretty funny. It's clever.
We love Shenmue.
We love Shenmue. You,
These guys love
Suzuki,
Shenmue.
thank you very much for not giving up, for following through.
I have given up. I have to be
2,
honest.
I'm not going to spoil it, but Shenmue 2 ends in a cliffhanger.
Yes,
Like-
for
like-
14 years.
Yeah, it's like-
we were like
14-year-old cliffhanger, huh?
No,
Yes.
seriously. That
So what would happen at this point? Whatever the reason may be, they say, nah.
I'll kill someone.
Riots.
I'll kill someone.
Mass destruction, murder.
Yes.
I don't know.
Here at Daddy's Game Time, we do not condone such actions, but yes.
Oh no, I'm talking about going into GTA and doing all those things. Rioting within another video game.
Keep it on the digital level.
Yeah, keep it in the fantasy world, not in the real world. So yeah, man, that was so cool. Shenmue just blew me away. That was E3 for me. There were monster announcements like Last Guardian, which has also been almost 10 years in the making. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Fans have been requesting that game for
that one. I gotta
decades.
admit, that one I'm hoping for an awesome game there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's obviously a remake, so it's not going to be something like completely different, but that remake element to it, sure, it's going to be awesome.
Uncharted 4 just it was awesome. It was Uncharted's going to be Uncharted. It's awesome.
Uncharted.
Yeah, and but yeah, Shenmue 3. That, or a lot of people pronounce it Shenmue. I don't know. It sounds too much like Shamu, and I don't want to.
Yeah, my wife actually said that when I saw the announcement. I started jumping and screaming like crazy.
Oh,
she's like, what's going on? I told her Shenmue.
The moment,
like, no, Shenmue.
The moment
just listen to the way the Japanese say it and copy them. There you go.
The moment that that announcement was made at E3.
Dude.
I immediately regretted not having a camera pointed at my face. Record my reaction, because I was there. My wife was like on the side, like she was doing homework on her laptop.
And you scared the crap out of her.
And I'm not kidding you. That whole day I was writing articles. We busted out a lot of articles.
Daddy'sGameTime.com. Go check it out.
Daddy'sGameTime.com.
Fresh content every day.
That's right.
Hopefully.
So I was, doing my thing, still busting out some articles, kind of having an ear on one monitor while writing my articles on the other. And then suddenly, presenting you, Suzuki. And I was what? Jaw dropped to the floor. And I made like some little kid grunt sound like and
I could just imagine your wife having to give you CPR or something.
Oh no, dude. And then he comes out and they give their little spiel. My mind almost went blank for a second.
Like, this is happening.
And I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh yes. And then suddenly it's like, Shenmue 3.
And you're like...
And then I lost it. I didn't even hear the whole Kickstarter thing at first. I just heard Shenmue 3, and I saw Ryo Hazuki up on the screen. I saw the leaves from the peach tree falling down. There. And I was just kind of like...
Spiritually, I think you two were both like...
Yes, dude.
And then they showed the guy on screen going like with his hands up, and I was like, oh, that's totally me right now. I feel you, bro. Yeah. And my wife looks at me and she's like, what's going on? And I'm like, remember that game I told you about, the Shenmue 3 game? And it's started hyperventilating, and she's like, you need to calm down, it's just a game. And I'm like, no. It's not just a game. It's
just a game, guys. It's just a game.
No. That's more than a game.
I really wish you were part of us, Rick, because you will understand.
There's
maybe after you
finish conflict.
There's
gotta be interest here.
Oh man.
I'm gonna be the opposer all the way.
Every YouTuber I saw that at one point or another has talked about Shenmue, either to give us the historic facts or what they did, same reaction. They were yelling, they were screaming, they were crying, and we're not afraid to admit it. It's one of those things that you already had made your mind that it was done. No more Shenmue. And then even when we saw that picture of the forklift that Yu Suzuki tweeted, I was like, oh, he's trolling us. And we didn't care. We're like, whatever.
It's like, oh, that's awesome that he's still thinking of the game.
Exactly. And then he goes on stage and we're like,
all right, wait a minute.
Yeah, and then he makes the announcement and it's like, we don't care. I shouldn't say how much I paid for that Kickstarter. I'm not going to, but Leo thinks it's a big commitment.
Yeah.
But
you know what? Thank you. You helped fund a 14-year-old dream.
Yeah, and that's why we're selling the shirts.
Yeah.
So if you guys want one,
and I committed too, but I didn't go all out like you did because I want to save a little bit of cash on the sides for when the game does come out. I'm hoping to be able to get the actual physical copy as well.
I think I'm gonna have to come out with my own little design and call it the Dream Killer.
No, that was the Dreamcast.
No, the Dream Killer, and I'm gonna have to, raise money to go against.
You know what?
producing.
Now that you say that, isn't it ironic that
The guy that likes the RPGs.
no, that the thing that killed the Sega Dreamcast
Was
is
piracy.
No, it was Sony's PlayStation 2.
Oh, and now
Is now the thing that's resurrecting Shenmue. That's just, I don't know. Just
But you know what?
See,
The
it
funniest
killed
thing?
it, saved its ashes, and has now resurrected it.
no, it planted
prayed
a
to some
little seed.
video
See,
game-
this is a little
video game god.
bean seed. It planted a little seed.
Shenmue.
Put some water on it. Started coming up. Put some sun on it. And boom! You're seeing the first little petals, little plant petals of the Shenmue
I'm sorry,
Dream.
guys, it's gonna die and wither.
No, man. No.
It's not gonna go through.
We're gonna fund it so it can grow. Yeah, man. So
right, guys.
what are we doing here?
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about what's going on here, because we too much Shenmue here. Too much Shenmue.
No, there's
There's
no
never
such thing.
enough.
Too much Shenmue.
No, but yeah, we
Three times.
basically came.
To be Shenmue to be continued
Exactly.
for the next 2 years.
Yes, 2 years. So basically, we're here because we wanted to learn more than anything a little more about a gaming convention, not gaming, but more a board
Electronic,
game.
more actual board,
this.
physical, in person,
Yes,
in your face gaming.
and we actually we interview 4 gentlemen who are very knowledgeable, who have been coming to this convention for a few years, and they give us a lot more insight than what we knew about what this type of gaming is like.
True.
And we were very surprised, and at the same time, it piqued our interest so much that Leo was already asking questions on what kind of games are good to play with the family,
Yeah.
which I agree. One of the things growing up I used to do with my family was play board games, Monopoly, nothing as involved as this, because we actually saw this crazy board game, which is pretty big, that it took how many, 24 years to make? We have the footage, we'll show it to you later, and it's really cool, very meticulously made with like so much detail, the miniatures like this big, and oh my god, you just
Hand
have to watch the
painted,
video.
hand modeled, carved out of different materials.
And so, yeah, they come up with their own games. They make their own rules and set the guidelines of how to follow the game. So, if you can see behind us, there's a lot of people playing games, and that's what they come to this convention for. Just play games, all 24 hours.
All weekend long.
All weekend long, exactly. We saw anime. We show you the cosplayers there and the culture behind anime. Now we're trying to show you a little bit of what gaming is about.
Yeah, that's so true. One of the things that I spoke with Luke, that kind of opened my mind even more so than I had with the other gamers at this convention, was that he said something very important. Something that you can get from this type of games that you can't from playing video games with your family is there's a lot more communication and teaching involved with these types of games, because you have to constantly be engaged, constantly having to tell the other person, if you know the game, what the rules are, and they constantly ask you what the rules are. So there's this constant involvement, and like he said, it's been well known to be able to develop your social and communication skills in a much more what would the word be, more effective way than, say, your traditional video game, let's say Call of Duty, for example, where you do have a headset, you are interacting with other people, but as we all have experienced, a lot of the interaction just involves a 13-year-old boy on the other end killing you and cussing at you, being racist.
What it kind of comes down to is like a video game, and I'm not saying bad about either side. I like video games, and I'm digging the board games, but when it comes down to video games, it's more of like skill, like an ability. You rely on your reflexes, right? If you can quick turn around, shoot, and do all these things, you get better. A board game is more mentally, more intellectual. You have to understand the rules, and you got to use like basically your wits to kind of like advance or become a better player. It's not just physically; it's more mental.
Yeah, that's so true.
But I got 2 stories actually that I want to say really quick about.
Tell us your 2 stories, Ricardo.
About board games.
Dude.
I'm gonna bash on you a little bit here, Leo. Remember back in high school, what was the dude's name? I think his name was Greg. Remember Greg? Remember, I think we made fun of Greg.
Shout out to Greg. Wait,
What's up, Greg?
we're making fun of him?
No,
Greg used to be a bully back in the day.
no. Anyways,
Well, he's bashing on me. I guess he's still a bully.
So this guy, I found out he would do a lot of RPG board games, Dungeons and Dragons, dice, card games, and whatnot. I was always interested from a way
Wait,
back.
Greg from our martial arts class? Is that who you're talking about?
High school.
It was high school. It was just some dude that we saw every now and then. I think his name was Greg. But anyways, name is irrelevant. It could be wrong. So
Leo make fun of him.
because I had
I don't remember.
a little bit of an inclined interest to find out more, I asked this guy like, hey, like, how do you play? How do you what's involved here? So one day, during lunch, I think I went to the library. He pulled out like a little rule book and he said, okay, here, I'm going to lend you these dice and here's your character, here's the little sheet.
Oh, that Greg. I remember now.
Now he remembers.
Yeah.
So
Were
he
you
gave
being
me
mean to
these
him?
instructions.
No, I was mean to Rick actually, because I would see Rick walking around with his little dice with like 30 sides on it.
I'm trying to like kind of get into it, like figure out like how does this work, how does what's involved and whatnot. This guy and another Rick that we used to hang around back then would like constantly be like, oh, Greg and this and Rick and his book and blah 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 whatever. Now that he's actually like seeing what it involves, he's kind of like, oh, that's what it is, jerk. So nothing on Greg, nothing bad about him. Just this guy over here bagging that whole genre of gaming, I guess.
No, if I recall correctly, to my defense, anything Rick did, we would just make fun of Rick back then. Because Rick, what you don't understand, Rick is like 6 foot tall, more or less, right now. About, he's
6 foot
foot tall.
Let's
He's a
say
big guy, very strong.
Biffy.
And he's very beefy. And back then, he was a little hobbit, man. First time, tell us the story of the first time you saw him.
I know.
You're like, why are you hanging out with that 3rd grader?
Yeah, I thought he was a little kid, but turns out he was more or less your age.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he was just short. So he was a little
What
short.
can I say? I took my vitamins and I did my tears.
And now he's taller than both of us.
Yeah, and we used
combined.
to. I mean, it was. Yeah, we picked on you, but it was like a loving, like big brother type of picking on him. Because
They were jealous.
If anybody else messed with Rick, and even now, we'll find you.
Yes, we'll make you pay.
So we will kill you in GTA.
I don't care who you are. I don't know who your name is. I will find you.
Yeah, we'll go Taken style on you.
Sounded
if it's
I was
within
about
GTA.
to say, taken all up in here. Okay, second quick story. One of my brothers, I won't say his name because he might be a little bit embarrassed about this, but I'll just say he looks almost like me. So, no, one day we were at I don't know if it was the mall in our town, or if we were visiting family in Chicago and it was a mall over there. I can't remember exactly when, but we were passing by one of those like game shop type stores where they were selling cards and games, right? So we see a table like this, all set up with a mountain landscape and trees and elves and this and that.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I was thinking about Shenmue.
You're lost. So
just kidding.
So
man.
we got in there and I'm like looking, I'm like interested again, and like, oh, what's going on? So this guy's like explaining the rules. He asks us, do you guys want to play? Me and my brother. And my brother like right away like, nah, like, nah, yo, nah, yo. So I'm like, all right, I'll play. So it was me and I can't remember. I don't know.
No,
if it was,
you weren't like, I'll play.
I'll do it. So I think it was me and the worker there. We played for a little bit, and of course he owned me like right then and there. But I was like, all right, cool, whatever, it's cool. Take off. The next day we come back again for whatever reason. My brother this time, he's kind of like, hey, let's go this direction, and he leads us to the store. So we walk in there, and I'm like, yeah, we were here yesterday. Let's get going. He's like, oh, okay. So like he wanted to, but I didn't see it. I didn't like notice it. Like he didn't say like, oh, I want to play. He just, oh, okay, and we just leave.
So Rick was the jerk.
I was the jerk. And then later on, I think at the house, he was kind of like, but I wanted to play.
Oh, man.
That was my little story.
That's pretty cool. That's a good story, man. Unfortunately, our time is almost up. We have to say our goodbyes. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us for episode 8 of Daddy's Game Time. If you like our show, please remember to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to our channel.
It helps us out a lot.
Yes, it does. Check out our website, daddysgametime.com, where we try to always have fresh content on there for you. As we have mentioned, we've been covering
E3.
PolyCon, like today. This is PolyCon. We've been covering E3. There's still more news trickling out of E3 that we will be bringing to you. Check out our
Fanime.
Yeah, Fanime, all the cosplayers. You can also find us on Instagram and
of course at Facebook, facebook.com/daddysgametime,
and Twitter @daddysgametime.
And thank you very much, folks, for joining us. You can also check out some of our T-shirts that we started, providing to our fans, and making ourselves, designed by us.
Great Father's Day gifts.
Great
50% off right now. If
50%.
you heard, well, it might not be because I don't think the show is going to be uploaded till then. But there's always good offers coming from the shop, so we'll let you know.
Remember, folks, like your entertainment, but love your family.